Welcome to the longest running quiz show in the area. Categories. High school students compete to answer questions on topics from art to science, history to current events. And now, here's your categories host, John Bartell.
Hi, welcome to Categories and our first contest of the 2019-2020 category season as the Shawnee Mission East Lancers, coached by Kevin Wiesner, take on the Blue Valley Tigers, coached by Catherine Witten. Let's go ahead and meet our contestants. First, from East.
Hello, I'm Ian. I'm a senior.
Hello, I'm Raymond and I'm junior.
Hi, I'm Abigail. I'm a freshman.
Hi, I'm Grant. I'm a senior.
Howdy, I'm Liam. I'm a sophomore.
And our contestants from Blue Valley.
Hey, I'm Vince. I'm a senior.
Hi, I'm Avro. I'm a senior.
Hi, I'm Arish and I'm a junior.
Hi, I'm Willie. I'm a senior.
Hi, I'm Nikhil. I'm a junior.
All right, great job on those intros. Here in the first round on categories, we will take turns answering questions. If a team responds correctly, of course, they will earn a point for their squad. If they answer incorrectly, the other team will get a chance to steal that category. We did a coin toss before we started recording. It was won by Blue Valley. So Tigers, here is the first question. General knowledge. What woman became the teacher of Helen Keller when Helen was just 7 years old? Time. Lancer's chance to steal this general knowledge question. What woman became the teacher of Helen Keller when Helen was 7 years old? Annie Sullivan. Annie Sullivan. Lancer, staying with you, vocabulary. Here's the definition. It's a legal instrument in letter form issued under seal in the name of the English monarch. It starts with a W. Raymond.
Writ.
It is a writ. Back to you, Tigers. European history is a quotation. Starting off with this, quote, anarchy is the stepping stone to absolute power. Which French emperor said this? Vince?
Napoleon.
Napoleon, very good. Back to you, East. Literature. In The Grapes of Wrath and in real life, temporary shelters In The Grapes of Wrath and in real life, temporary shelters outside of town during the Great Depression were often called what? Ian.
Hoovervilles.
Hoovervilles. Blue Valley, back to you with Fine Arts Theater this time. In Arthur Miller's Death of a Salesman, Willie Loman had two sons. Name them. Vince?
Clark and Campbell.
That is incorrect. Lancers, back to you, a chance to steal this Fine Arts and Theater question. In Arthur Miller's Death of a Salesman, Willie Loman had two sons. Name them. Biff and Happy. Biff and Happy. Staying with you, Lancers, science, biology. What sense, or which of the senses, is most closely linked to memory? Raymond.
Smell.
It is smell. Back to you, Tigers. Literature. Name the prolific writer of the mysteries penned, or which prolific writer of mysteries penned Evil Under the Sun? Time on that. Lancer's chance to steal this literature question. What prolific writer of mysteries penned Evil Under the Sun? Ian.
Agatha Christie.
It is Agatha Christie. Staying with you, Lancers, music terminology. From the Italian verb to sing, give the word used in English to name religious choral work. Raymond?
A chorale.
I cannot accept chorale. Tigers, chance to steal this music terminology question. From the Italian verb to sing, give the word used in English to name a religious choral work. Averell?
A gospel.
It's not gospel, it's a cantata. Cantata. Tigers, we are staying with you. Current events is the category. In which Texas city is the district attorney seeking murder charges against a policeman who shot and killed a woman in her home? Avril.
Dallas.
I cannot accept Dallas. Lancers, chance to steal this current events question. In which Texas city is the district attorney seeking murder charges against a policeman who shot and killed a woman in her home during a safety check? Raymond.
Austin.
It is not Austin. Fort Worth. Fort Worth. Lancers, we are staying with you. U.S. government is the category. What is the only time the vice president casts a vote in the Senate? Ian?
To break a tie.
Break a tie. Blue Valley, coming back to you. Science, biology. Which substance present in cellular nucleic acid always pairs up with thymine in DNA? Willie?
Adenine.
Adenine. Back to you, East. Sports history is the category. The Lakers of the NBA play their home basketball games in Los Angeles. However, there are very few natural lakes in Southern California. In what city, more in keeping with their nickname, did the Lakers play before moving to Los Angeles? Raymond?
Chicago.
It is not Chicago. Blue Valley, chance to steal this sports history question. The Lakers of the NBA play their home basketball games in Los Angeles. However, there are a few natural lakes in Southern California. In what city, more in keeping with their nickname, did the Lakers play before moving to LA? Avril?
Minneapolis.
Minneapolis, very good. Tigers, staying with you. Government is the category. What two words describe the voting for a person not listed on a ballot? Avril?
A write-in.
It's a write-in. Back to you, Lancers. Current events. Johnson & Johnson recalled 30,000 bottles of baby powder after the FDA found trace amounts of what substance?
Asbestos.
It is asbestos. Very good. Back to you, Blue Valley. Mathematics. What is the exact value of the tangent of 180 degrees? Nikhil?
0.
It is 0. Back to you, East. Famous quotations. In 1922, a man said, quote, "Nonviolence is the first article of my faith. It is also the last article of my creed." By what name was he popularly known? Ian.
Gandhi.
It is Gandhi. Blue Valley, you have U.S. geography as this category. What U.S. capital is completely isolated from its state by water? Avril?
Juneau.
It is not Juneau. Lancers, chance to steal this U.S. geography question. What U.S. capital is completely isolated from its state by water? Ian?
Baton Rouge.
It's not Baton Rouge. It's actually Honolulu, because the city limits include the whole island of Oahu. Kind of a trick question on that one. Sorry about that. Lancers, we are staying with you. General knowledge is the category. If I mentioned olive, avocado, pine, forest, lime, emerald, and Kelly, what would I be talking about? Ian?
The color green.
The color green. Tigers, sports is your category. To what game do the terms cradling, crease, and body checking apply? Avril?
Ice hockey.
Cannot accept ice hockey. Lancers, coming back to you, chance to steal this sports category. What? Abigail?
Lacrosse.
It is lacrosse. Cradling would be the major difference there. Lancers, we are staying with you. Mathematics is the category. What shape will you get when you graph the equation x squared over 81 minus y squared over 25 equals 1?
An
Raymond?
ellipse.
Sorry, cannot accept ellipse. Tigers, you have a chance to steal this mathematics question. What shape will you get when you graph the equation x squared over 81? Nikhil?
Hyperbola.
Hyperbola, very good. Minus is the difference between those two. Tigers, staying with you, language is the category. Give the Yiddish word, which in English means proper or correct. Vince?
Kosher.
Kosher, very good. East, U.S. geography. Name the 4 states, I need all 4, that are visible from the Willis Tower in Chicago. Raymond.
Illinois, Indiana, Wisconsin, and Michigan.
Those are the 4. Very good. Tigers, coming back to you. Economics is the category. What is the gauge that the Bureau of Labor Statistics uses to track the rate of inflation? It is the composite of the prices of many different items. Time. Lancers, chance to steal this economics category. What is the gauge that the Bureau of Labor Statistics uses to track the rate of inflation? It is a composite of the prices of many different items. Ian?
Consumer Price Index.
It is the Consumer Price Index. Very good. Lancers, staying with you, the category is fine arts and sculpture. Modeling is the additive process of sculpting. What is the reductive process called? Raymond.
Carving?
Carving. Yes, it is. Back over to you, Blue Valley. Grammar, punctuation. These marks of punctuation are often used within quotations to distinguish between the quoter's own words and those of the writer being quoted. They resemble parentheses with square corners. What are they called? Nikhil?
Brackets.
They are called brackets. Shawnee Mission East, your category is world geography. The Romans in ancient times called it Mare Nostrum, or our sea. Raymond.
The Mediterranean.
It is the Mediterranean. Back to you, Blue Valley. Geography is the category again. What is the capital of Chile? Avril?
Santiago.
Santiago. Very good. Shawnee Mission East. History. The decline of whaling was partially caused by what 1859 event? You have a multiple choice here. By what 1859 event? The advent of the Civil War, discovery of petroleum, depletion of whale populations, or rise of the cattle industry? Raymond?
Discovery of petroleum?
Discovery of petroleum. Very good. Tigers, U.S. history is your category. U.S. participation in the Korean War was under the sponsorship of what organization? Avril?
The United Nations.
It is the United Nations. Back over to you, Lancers. General knowledge. Which European country was known for its numbered bank accounts? Ian?
Switzerland.
Switzerland. Coming back to you, Tigers. Vocabulary, specifically law vocabulary. This term applies to any law that specifies time limits during which legal action may be taken in a certain case. What is such a law called? Avril?
A statute of limitations.
That's exactly what we're looking for. Oh, that new timer denotes the end of our first round. It's not a siren anymore. That's what happens when you go HD, people. All right. So at the end of our first half, we have a pretty good game going on here with Shawnee Mission East with a lead of 15 to Blue Valley 11. At this part of our program, we are going to go to a member of each team as they will give us a campus update. And it looks like, Ian, you're giving us the update for Shawnee Mission East. So what's happening over at 75th and Mission?
Indeed. So today we formally kicked off our can drive, a couple-week affair where we raised money and food for the Johnson County Christmas Bureau. To that end, we're having our Halloween dance MORP. It's like backwards, which raises money for the can drive. Girls golf and tennis have both just won state. Boys soccer is in the postseason, and football is having its last game tonight, during which the marching band will attempt to do their marching band routine in the dark using glow sticks. So good luck to them on that.
All right. So they turn up the stadium lights.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty interesting. All right. Very cool. All right, and Vince, it looks like you're giving us the update for Blue Valley. So what's going on with the Tigers?
Well, John, most recently, our state won our band won state competition. Tonight is our first showing of Macbeth, and our football team's getting ready to go into the playoffs. You know, trying to wrap up the season, finish strong.
So a lot of good stuff happening at both schools. Sounds like good stuff.
Yeah.
All right. And so, did you say it was the first showing of Macbeth?
Yeah,
or-
it's the first showing.
Okay.
There's going to be tons of references. It's not a traditional performance.
Oh, okay. Very cool. Yeah. Very cool. All right, as we head into our second round here on categories, it is the lightning round, in which questions are placed on the floor for either team to answer. If a team responds correctly, they will earn a point. But just like the first round, if a team responds incorrectly, the other team will get a chance to steal that question. As a tradition here on categories, we will start our second round, our lightning round, with our look and listen question. Just this reminder to the teams, we have a video monitor here in our studio, and as well we'll be playing it on the screen for those watching at home. Once I am done reading the question, that's when people can ring in. The look and listen question is worth 2 points. All right, here we go. Look and listen question. Name the Howard Hughes inspired aircraft seen here. Oh. Ian? I'm sorry, cannot accept Spruce Goose. Time on that. That was actually the Constellation, or the C-69 Constellation, or Connie, is what we would have accepted on that one. So no points awarded on the look and listen question. So here we go. Both teams, hands on buzzers. The category is musical instruments. A thin piece of wood or plastic used in many woodwind instruments. Vince.
A reed?
It is the reed. Sports, specifically football. If the line of scrimmage is the 17-yard line, how far would it have to travel for a field goal in the NFL? Raymond?
47 feet?
I cannot accept that. Tigers have a chance to steal this sports football question. If the line of scrimmage is the 17-yard line, how far would the football have to travel for a field goal in the NFL? Avril.
32 yards.
Let me double check. Yep, okay. All right, just double checking. The standard behind the line of scrimmage is 7 yards, not 5. So the answer is 34. So we could not accept 32. Both teams, vocabulary is the next category. What common term describes the extraordinary human capability called eidetic imagery? Raymond.
Photographic memory?
That is photographic memory. Very good. Shakespeare is the next category. The ships of Antonio were delayed by contrary winds, and consequently, he was unable to repay a debt to who? Ian.
Shylock.
Shylock in Merchant of Venice. Science, chemistry for both teams. Of the atomic numbers 2, 8, 10, and 20, which one designates a metallic element? Willie.
20.
It is 20. General knowledge for both teams. A psychiatrist is different from a psychologist because a psychiatrist has what specific degree? Vince.
Clinical psychology.
Cannot accept that. Lancers, you have a chance to steal this general knowledge question. A psychiatrist is different from a psychologist because a psychiatrist has what specific degree? Ian?
PhD.
Not PhD, they have a medical doctorate. Both teams, U.S. geography, flags. What city displays a monument honoring militiamen of the War of 1812 on its official flag? Raymond?
South Carolina?
Cannot accept South Carolina. Tigers, chance to steal this U.S. geography flags question. What city displays a monument honoring militiamen of the War of 1812 on its official flag? Avril?
Boston.
It's not Boston, it's Baltimore. Baltimore. Both teams, current events is the category. Hundreds of thousands of people recently took to the streets of which Middle Eastern country demanding economic reforms? Ian.
Lebanon.
Lebanon, very good. Both teams, government is the category. What is the name given to the mayor of a town in the Netherlands, Flanders, Austria, or Germany? Ian.
Burgermeister.
He is a Burgermeister. That's a fun question. All right, mathematics is the next category. On a standard 6-sided die, what is the sum of all of the numbers? Nikhil.
21.
It is 21. 3 pairs of 7. World geography. What nation of the Middle East is officially the Hashemite kingdom? Raymond.
Jordan?
It is Jordan. Spelling. This is a type of prehistoric airborne reptile. How do you spell pterodactyl? Liam.
P-T-E-R-O-D-A-C-T-Y-L. Pterodactyl.
That is pterodactyl. Very good. Both teams, literature, specifically magazines. What magazine introduced regular features, conservation, shooting, fishing, and boating? Ian?
Sports Illustrated.
Cannot accept Sports Illustrated. Tigers, you do have a chance to steal this literature specific to magazines. What magazine introduced the regular features, conservation, shooting, fishing, and boating? Nikhil.
National Geographic.
It's Field and Stream. Field and Stream. Both teams, Mexican history. In 1864, who became Emperor of Mexico? Raymond?
Napoleon III.
Cannot accept that. Tigers, chance to steal this history specific to Mexico. In 1864, who became Emperor of Mexico? It was Maximilian. Maximilian. General knowledge for both teams. According to a popular nursery rhyme, 3 men with 3 separate occupations bathed together in a tub. Give me their 3 occupations. Ian?
Butcher, baker, candlestick maker.
Those are the 3. We have a little over 5 minutes left, and Shawnee Mission East has a lead here of 22 to Blue Valley 14. European history. In May of 1940, the Allies evacuated about 300,000 troops from a seaport of Dunkirk. Raymond?
Dunkirk?
Cannot accept that. Tigers, chance to steal this European history category. In May of 1940, the Allies evacuated about 300,000 troops from a seaport of Dunkirk. In what country is Dunkirk? Avril?
The United Kingdom.
Cannot accept that. France. France. Fine arts. Ballet is the next category. Many date the birth of modern music to a riotous 1913 premiere of which of Stravinsky's ballets? Ian.
The Rite of Spring.
The Rite of Spring. Very good. Next category is science, specific to birds. What is the general name for a family of small shorebirds, including the snipe and the curlew, that are found in flocks on the seacoast throughout the northern hemisphere? Vince.
A seagull.
Cannot accept seagull. Lancers, chance to steal this science specific to birds category. What is the general name for a family of small shorebirds, including the snipe and the curlew, that are found in flocks on seacoasts throughout the northern hemisphere? Raymond.
Halcyon?
No, sandpipers. Sandpipers. U.S. history for both teams. Massachusetts and Rhode Island were 2 of the 3 states that met at Hartford to discuss secession from the United States and a separate peace with England in 1814. What other state was involved? Ian.
Connecticut.
It is Connecticut. World geography. Algeria, Libya, Morocco, and Tunisia are countries along the Mediterranean. Ian? Can you repeat that, please?
Maghreb.
I cannot accept that, sorry. Tigers, chance to steal this world geography question. Algeria, Libya, Morocco, Tunisia are countries along the Mediterranean coast of North Africa. Until the 19th century, these states, notorious for their pirates, were known collectively by what name? Avril.
The Barbary States.
Barbary States, very good. Language for both teams. How was the last letter in the English alphabet pronounced in Britain? Ian.
Z.
Z. Science, this time dinosaurs. It never existed, but its name and appearance remain familiar in pop culture. It was put together in the 1870s. Ian?
Brontosaurus.
It is the Brontosaurus. Accidentally put two different dinosaurs together for that one. Music, composers for both teams. Name the American composer of the following popular song. Like a Rolling Stone. Vince.
Bob Dylan.
Bob Dylan. Business and economics is the next category for both teams. If you're in an automobile accident and have to pay the first $250 of the cost of repair, that $250 is known to your insurance agent as what? Raymond?
A deductible.
Deductible, very good. Literature for both teams. Who wrote Oedipus Rex? Vince.
Virgil.
I cannot accept that. Lancers, chance to steal this literature category. Who wrote Oedipus Rex? Raymond?
Aristotle?
It's not Aristotle. Sophocles. Sophocles. Next category for both teams. Sports and fitness is the category. What sit-up exercise has the same name as a Nestle's chocolate bar? Avril.
A crunch.
It is a crunch. We just have just under a minute left here. Science, medicine for both teams. Pandemic diseases spread all over the world. What adjective describes diseases that are always present in a particular place? Ian.
Endemic.
Endemic, very good. Entertainment, TV for both teams. After working together on the movie Saving Private Ryan, name the two men who produced Band of Brothers, a 10-hour World War II miniseries on HBO. With Steven Spielberg and Tom Hanks. U.S. geography and landmarks for both teams. From 1879 to 1883, it was a warehouse, then a dry goods store. In 1905, it was purchased and donated to the Daughters of Texas. Name this historic structure. Ian?
Alamo.
It is the Alamo. Roman history for both teams. This animal was widely used in entertainments of the Roman arena, leading to its elimination of its population. Raymond?
The North African elephant.
Cannot accept that. Tigers, chance to steal this Roman history question. This is the last question. This animal was widely used in entertainments of the Roman arena, leading to its elimination of its population living in Mesopotamia. What animal? Oh, Avril, I see that you're trying to ring it. Go ahead.
A tiger.
No, it's actually a lion. A lion. All right, that nice new tone does denote the end of our game, and we have a score here. Final score of Shawnee Mission East 29 to Blue Valley 17. Please join us again here next time on Categories as we will continue to bring you the best and brightest minds of high school students all throughout Johnson County.